The galaxy had waited a long time for this moment. For decades, the Galactic Council had watched humanity from a safe distance. Humans were new. They were young. They were loud on their own channels, but quiet in deep space. Their colonies were few, their borders small. To the older races, humanity looked curious, ambitious, but harmless. So when first contact was finally approved, the Council expected diplomacy, words handshakes across the stars, small ships carrying translators and flags. The meeting system was chosen carefully, a neutral star far from any major trade routes, a calm place, no history of war, no strategic value, just empty space and silence. An alien diplomatic fleet arrived first. It was beautiful in its own way. Smooth white hulls, elegant curves, glowing symbols of peace along the sides. These ships were designed to impress, not intimidate. Their weapons were minimal. Their shields were light. They had come to talk, not to fight. Alien commanders watched their sensors and waited. "This should be simple," one of them said. "The humans will be nervous." "They always are." Another nodded. "They will send a small envoy ship, maybe two." Time passed. Minutes turned into an hour. Then the sensors reacted. At first, it was nothing clear. Just a disturbance at the edge of detection. A shadow where there should have been empty space. An operator frowned. "I am picking up something." "Large? How large?" the commander asked. The operator adjusted the readings. His calm expression slowly changed. "Very large." The screens flickered as the signal grew stronger. Power readings spiked. Gravity sensors trembled. Even the stars behind the contact point seemed to dim. "This must be an error," someone said quietly. But it was not an error. Space itself began to bend. From the darkness, something moved. The alien fleet fell silent. A shape emerged, slow and steady, as if it had all the time in the universe. Lights appeared first, deep orange and cold blue running along a massive hall. Then armor plates. Layer upon layer of dark metal, scarred and worn, built for survival. The ship kept coming. It did not rush. It did not hide. It announced its presence simply by existing. Alien scanners struggled to understand what they were seeing. The ship's size exceeded their largest carriers. Its energy output was higher than some small star bases. Every system reading said the same thing. This was not a diplomatic ship. This was a warship. A Titan-class warship. Someone whispered. They sent one ship. No one replied. The human vessel finally came to a halt, perfectly aligned with the alien fleet. Its massive form blocked distant starlight, casting long shadows over the smaller ships. The silence was heavy. Even background chatter across the fleet stopped. The aliens waited for a threat signal. None came. No weapons powered up. No targeting locks engaged. Instead, a calm transmission spread across all channels. "This is the Human Union Warship Hus Resolute. We acknowledge your presence." The voice was steady, controlled, not proud, not afraid, just certain. The alien commanders exchanged uneasy glances. This was not how first contact was supposed to feel. They were meant to be the teachers, the older ones, the guides. Yet now sitting before them was a reminder that age did not always mean weakness, and youth did not always mean innocence. The Resolute did not move. It did not threaten. It simply waited. Sensors continued to analyze the ship. Every scan revealed more layers of protection. Redundant systems, heavy armor, shields, far stronger than necessary for peaceful travel. This ship had been built with one idea in mind: survive anything. One alien officer finally spoke. Why would they bring this to a meeting? No one had an answer. Across the galaxy, observers watched the feed. Merchant worlds, military outposts, even hidden systems tuned in. Word spread fast. Humanity had arrived. Not with words, but with presence. The alien fleet commander took a deep breath, and Snorts prepared a response. For the first time in centuries, he felt unsure. The galaxy had expected diplomacy, but now facing a Titan-class human warship, It felt like something else entirely. Not a threat, not a promise, a warning spoken without anger. The calm before first contact was over, and the galaxy was no longer sure who was meeting whom. The alien fleet did not move. For several long seconds, no one spoke. The presence of the Titan-class human warship had changed the space around them. Not physically, but emotionally. The calm confidence the alien commanders had felt earlier was gone. In its place was caution, and beneath that, something colder. Fear. The Hess Resolute remained perfectly still. Its engines glowed softly, controlled and restrained. It did not drift. It did not adjust position. It held its place like a mountain planted in the void. Alien sensor officers worked quickly, their hands moving across glowing panels. Shield strength still rising, one said. Energy output stable, but far above civilian levels, another added. Multiple weapon ports detected. None active. Clear's throat, the last report made the room even quieter. None active. That meant they could be activated at any moment. The fleet commander leaned forward. He had overseen dozens of first contacts in his long career. Every one of them followed the same pattern. The younger species arrived nervous, careful, eager to please. They wanted protection, trade, knowledge. Humanity had brought something else. They say they came to talk, the commander said slowly. But they arrived prepared for war. An advisor replied, "Perhaps this is how humans talk." That thought unsettled everyone. A secure channel opened between the alien ships. Voices overlapped as admirals argued in low tones. We should withdraw. No, that would show weakness. If they fire, they have not fired. The truth was simple. The human ship had done nothing aggressive. Yet every alien instinct screamed that they were standing in front of a predator that had chosen not to bite. A new transmission came from the Resolute. We will maintain position. You may proceed when ready. The message was polite, almost respectful. That made it worse. Across the galaxy, the reaction was immediate. Military analysts replayed the footage. Historians pulled ancient records. Civilian worlds stopped their broadcasts to watch in silence. One question echoed everywhere. Why send a Titan? Human command channels were quiet. No speeches. No dramatic announcements. Just one ship, one captain, one message. On the alien flagship, a junior officer finally spoke. Sir, our long-range sensors are detecting additional human fleets. They are not approaching. They are waiting. How many? The commander asked. The officer hesitated. Enough. That single word carried weight. Enough meant this was not a bluff. Snorts enough meant the Titan-class warship was not alone in spirit. Even if it was alone in space. Humanity had planned this moment carefully. The Alien Council representative straightened his posture. Open a direct diplomatic channel, he said. If they wish to speak, we will speak. The channel opened. The human captain appeared on the main display, calm eyes, neutral expression. Clear's throat, no decorations behind him, no signs of ego, just a uniform and a steady presence. On behalf of the Galactic Council, the alien representative began. We welcome humanity to official first contact. The human captain nodded slightly. We acknowledge the welcome. There was no celebration in his voice. No excitement. Just clarity. The alien continued, choosing his words carefully. May we ask why you chose to send this vessel? The human paused for a moment. Not long enough to suggest hesitation, just long enough to suggest thought. Because first impressions matter, the captain said. And because history teaches us that peace lasts longer when all sides understand the cost of breaking it. The words were simple. Their meaning was heavy. The alien commanders exchanged looks. This was not arrogance. It was not a threat. It was a statement of experience. Humanity had learned something somewhere, sometime, and it had learned it the hard way. The Resolute powered down a small portion of its outer shields. A gesture, a controlled risk, proof of confidence. We did not come to dominate, the captain continued. We came to be understood. The silence that followed was different from before. It was no longer shock. It was realization. The galaxy had expected diplomacy from a weak species. Instead, it was meeting one that understood war deeply enough to prepare for it and still choose restraint. The alien fleet remained in formation. But now, they were no longer leading the conversation. They were listening. And far across the stars, one truth became clear. Humanity was not asking for a place in the galaxy. It had already claimed one. The alien council chamber aboard the flagship felt smaller than before. Nothing had changed in its structure. The walls were the same. The lights were the same, but the meaning of the moment had shifted. The humans had not raised their voices. They had not demanded anything. Yet every being in the room felt the pressure of standing before a civilization that had chosen restraint on purpose. The human captain remained on the screen, calm and patient. The alien council representative studied him carefully. "Your ship," he said, "is capable of overwhelming force. Yet you came alone. Why?" The human captain did not answer immediately. He looked down for a brief moment and back up. "Because we learned something early," he said. "Power shared too loudly becomes fear. Power shown quietly becomes understanding." Some of the aliens did not like that answer. Others feared it. A few respected it. Behind the scenes, alien analysts continued scanning the HFY Resolute. The deeper they looked, the worse it became. Redundant systems on top of redundant systems. Armor layered over shields, layered over structural reinforcement. This ship was built to survive enemies who did not exist yet. "This is not a reaction," one analyst whispered. "This is preparation." The alien fleet commander opened a private channel with the council representative. "They did not build the ship for us," he said. "They built it because they expected someone like us." That thought spread quietly through the fleet. The council representative returned his attention to the human captain. "Your species speaks of peace," he said. "Yet your greatest symbol today is a weapon." The human nodded slowly. "Peace without strength is a request," he replied. "Peace with strength is a choice." That line traveled fast across relay stations, across military armies, across civilian worlds. Some beings felt uneasy. Others felt relieved. A few felt shame. The Resolute adjusted its orientation slightly, exposing more of its hull. Not aggressively, just enough for the aliens to see the scars. Long marks along the armor, repaired breaches. Old damage sealed beneath newer layers. "These marks," the captain said, noticing their focus, "are not from your species. Or any species, you know." The alien council fell silent. "We did not reach the stars peacefully," the captain continued. "We survived our way here. We learned what happens when hope is unguarded. No threats, no drama, just truth." The alien representative felt something unfamiliar. Not fear, not anger, respect. "We assumed humanity was untested," he said carefully. The human captain shook his head once. "We were tested before we were ready. That is why we are ready now." A long pause followed. Finally, the council representative spoke again. "Then what does humanity want from this first contact?" The answer came without hesitation. "Clarity," the human said. "Understanding in a future where no one mistakes our silence for weakness." The alien fleet commander leaned back in his chair. For the first time, he understood the real purpose of the Titanus warship. It was not a threat. It was a reminder. The Resolute powered down another layer of active defense systems. A deliberate move, risky but controlled. "We did not come to challenge your authority," the human captain said. "We came to define our boundary." The message was clear. Humanity was open to diplomacy, trade, and cooperation. But it would not enter the galaxy as a child asking for protection. Across the galaxy, reactions split. Some races saw danger, others saw balance. Older empires remembered times when they had underestimated newcomers. This time, no one wanted to make that mistake. The alien council representative finally bowed his head slightly. Not submission, recognition. "Then let this moment be recorded," he said. As the day humanity introduced itself honestly, the human captain returned the gesture. The HFY Resolute remained in position, silent, watching, waiting. No weapons fired, no treaties signed, yet something had already changed. The galaxy now understood that humanity did not announce its strength with noise or pride. It arrived quietly, carrying the weight of experience, and let others decide what that meant. And deep within alien space, a new truth settled in. The most dangerous civilizations were not the loud ones. They were the calm ones, the silence. After the human captain's last words was long and heavy across the alien fleet, no one rushed to speak. No one moved their ships. The moment felt fragile, like a balance that could tip with a single wrong sentence. Snort's the Titan-class warship still hung in space, vast and patient, its presence unchanged. But the alien council representative finally broke the silence. Humanity has made its position clear, he said slowly. You are not here to beg, and you are not here to threaten. The human captain nodded once. Correct. The council chamber filled with quiet agreement. For the first time since the Resolute appeared, the fear began to shift. It did not disappear, but it changed shape. It became caution mixed with respect. The alien fleet commander opened a private channel to the council. They are not testing us, he said. They are showing us who they already are. That realization mattered. The council representative turned back to the human captain. Then let us speak plainly, he said. What does humanity expect from the galaxy? The answer came calmly. Equal ground, the captain said. Clear borders, honest communication, and no assumptions. Some aliens exchanged looks. Equal ground was not something the galaxy gave easily. Power was usually earned through war, conquest, or long dominance. Humanity was asking for recognition without blood. Yet they had arrived with proof that blood was an option they had already prepared for. The H-Resolute began a slow, visible process. One by one, external weapon systems powered down. Not all of them. Enough to be noticed. Enough to show intent. This is our gesture. The human captain said, We lower our guard because we choose to trust this moment. The move sent a quiet shock through the alien fleet. Lowering defenses near unknown powers was dangerous. Doing so with confidence was something else. Alien sensors confirmed it. The ship's overall power dropped slightly. Not weakness, control. The council representative felt the weight of history pressing on him. This moment would be recorded, studied, and judged for generations. He knew what the galaxy expected him to do. He also knew what would happen if he made the wrong choice. We accept your gesture, he said at last, and we will answer it in kind. The alien fleet followed his command. Weapon systems shifted to passive mode. Shields relaxed just enough to mirror the human action. Across the galaxy, observers leaned closer to their screens. Two powers stood facing each other. Neither flinched. The council representative continued, his voice steady. From this moment, humanity will be recognized as an independent power, not a minor species, not a protected one, an equal. The words carried far snorts on distant human colonies. People stopped what they were doing to listen. Engineers, farmers, soldiers, children. For the first time, humanity was not being described by others. It was being acknowledged. The human captain allowed himself the smallest pause. That is acceptable, he said. No cheering, no celebration, just acceptance. The Resolute adjusted its position slightly, moving back just enough to open space between the fleets. A subtle signal. We are not crowding you. We are not retreating. Balance. The council representative studied the massive ship one last time. He realized something. Then humanity had not sent the Titan-class warship to dominate the meeting. They had sent it to end doubt without firing a shot, without raising a voice. Let this meeting conclude as it began, the representative said. In peace, the human captain inclined his head. Peace maintained, he replied. The channel closed. The HFY Resolute did not jump away immediately. It remained in place for a few more moments, as if giving the galaxy time to breathe, to adjust to the new reality. Then its engines brightened. Space sped gently around it, and the Titaness warship vanished into the dark long after it was gone. The alien fleet remained still. The galaxy would talk about this day for centuries. Some would say humanity was dangerous. Others would say it was disciplined. Most would agree on one thing. Humanity had not entered the galaxy quietly, but it had entered it calmly, and that calm carried more power than any explosion ever could.